Hey, everybody, I got a question for you to start off the show. Can you take an 8-tip blog post on executive functioning, which is a really cool topic, and turn it into courses and eventually a profitable deal? This will go out as an outtake, to advertise the show later. I won't cut this out. And eventually a profitable digital product. We're going to answer that question here in just a moment, as soon as I find my tongue. Welcome, everyone, to episode 99 of the Content Profit Show, an episode that was supposed to happen last week, but did not because I'd spent a week volunteering with 3,000 teens and came back with COVID again. And so, I maybe could have done this last week, but I wouldn't have been anywhere near 100%. So, Shannyn, thank you for your flexibility.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Oh, it's a pleasure. And folks, if we're doing 99, that means we're coming up on 100. Okay, at least where I went to school. That's like I have my friends say stuff like, "I can't believe so and so's 14," and I can't help myself sometimes. I go, "Well, were they 13 last year?" And they look at me like, "So, well, you could have seen this coming." I mean, I know what they mean. I mean, mine are 28 and 21, and I can't believe it either. So yeah, and so for the 100th episode, we're gonna celebrate really all month. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a show on the 7 lessons learned from 100 episodes, which are really cool. And I'm starting to get asked to do this, and I may or may not do it about teaching how to do what I'm doing here. And then we'll do different special stuff all month. Cool stuff for you guys. You guys will get cool stuff. We're going to make it a celebration because I never thought we'd get to 100. Most people don't get past 20.
It's a pretty big milestone. 100 episodes, a lot.
And it's thanks to y'all because I mean, you guys come on here and you're such great guests, and we started out with 1, and then now we're at 4. It's like, okay, cool. And so Shannyn has an interesting title. I love her tagline: Executive Functioning for Exceptional People. That's cool. And you know what? I looked it up. That domain name is available. And that could be a cool domain name to forward to your website. Because I mean, who doesn't hear that? Executive Functioning for Exceptional People and get curious, right? I mean, if nothing else, am I an exceptional person? Right? So what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to take a look at Shannyn's blog post, forgive me. And then we're going to look at the ascension model we built around it and create her a course. So let's go look at the article. Okay, so this is, whoops, I got to go over here to make it move, not there. Okay, so 8 tips to build executive functioning skills. Cool graphic. All right. Set goals. Yeah. Prioritize. You mean some things are more important than the others? Break down tasks. Yeah. You know what my favorite thing to do around that, Shannyn, is if I've got a task I don't like or don't want to do, and it's one of those things that it's going to take a while, I do a little bit at a time. Like I closed out a storage unit a couple months ago and brought all the bins here and was slowly going through them. And so I just made a deal with myself. Every day I'm going to walk by and do something. And then it's inevitable. At some point I want to do that one day and go, okay, we got to finish this. But it works.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's part of the breaking. Most people look at something really big and it's just like they don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. So it kind of freezes them. And that kind of paralysis just doesn't work.
No, it keeps you stuck. Use a planner system to organize. I love that one. I love the colors on that one. Manage your time. I used to speak a lot when I was a counselor. And I did one time management workshop that they asked me to do. It is the only workshop I've ever been late to. Like, good start, Herring. Jeez. All right. Develop routines. Yep. Self-monitor. Ooh, that's a challenge. Take breaks to refocus and recharge. You and I are having a lot of dog conversation before we went live. That's one of the great advantages of having dogs, I think. I get to go play, go walk, go feed, additional tips. Okay, those could be great bonuses. Think of these as bonuses for the course. Okay. Be open to therapy. I like that. Set you up to coach. Okay, very cool. Very cool. I like the way you broke it into 8 chunks. And we're going to do a lot with that here in a second, because we're going to go from that screen to, oops, from that screen back to here. Hello again. And then we're going to go here. No, not there. Why did that pop up? Where did I go? I went to my email. We don't want to do a class on my email. How silly would that be?
I don't know. Some people could use a class on email to clear the inbox.
Yeah. Did you see how big my inbox was? Yeah, unread. Yeah. Yeah. I clean it out about once a year and should keep up with it, but maybe I need your coaching. Share screen. Okay, we're going to share. Oh, I know what I did. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, because I looked at a couple other things. All right. Now, here we go. All right. So this is Shannon's new content empire. And so, Shannyn, we're starting with that blog post because that is so rich for building an empire, really. And then traffic from Medium, email, webinars, social, Substack. There's a whole lot of other ways to do it. Now, the easiest way to create a course out of this is each one of those modules, each one of those things we just listed can become its own each one of those tips can become its own module. Okay. Now, one of the challenges there is that once you get up to 7 or 8 modules, you're going to start losing people. Okay. And it's going to feel like it's too big. Okay. So one of the things we can talk about doing is, well, let me ask you this. Of those 8 things we just went over, can you think of any that could go together, be combined into one module?
Time management and planners, absolutely. That's a no-brainer to put them together, to figure out how to organize your time and then plot it out into a planning system.
That makes great sense. And so that would get us down to 7. And then, we could even take it down to more to 5 and put a couple of those modules as bonuses along with those extra tips. Because one of my favorite tricks, and this is for everybody out there and Shannyn, about creating bonuses. So many people, they create a course and they get to the end and now I got to think up bonuses. No, you don't. Just pull something out of the course, because no one's seen it yet. They won't know. You'll know, but you'll know that you worked smart. So there's within that article. That's why one reason why I love it so much is you've got plenty of course material, and you've got bonuses. Okay. Now, what do you put in the modules, right? You've already created some of that. I would put in the text, for each of the tips, right? And then you could link up to the article on your blog or on Medium, and then you would do a video training, okay, based on that tip. Okay, we're not talking like a 3-hour marathon. We're talking 15, 20 minutes, small bites. They get something they can do right away. So video, snippet of your article. This stuff I would think lends itself really well to checklists.
Yes,
Okay.
checklists. workbooks, like worksheets that are easy to fill, like
Yeah.
nothing with tons of text. And in my audience, many of whom have ADHD, like you're not going to give them 50 pages of text and say, here, read this, because they're gone after paragraph 2.
Yeah,
So
it's
short
never gonna happen.
snippets, keeping the videos super short,
Yeah.
having something that's a checklist or something that's like a, one-liners to fill out, but that is something that will work well with my audience. Yeah.
And speaking of your clients, as you're talking, I was thinking about this. This drove me crazy in school, and it drove me crazy down at the retreat I volunteered at. Is if I've got a handout in front of me, or a step by step of what we're doing that week, and you're reading to me what's on the page, I'm like, I have to really negotiate with myself to stay in the room, because it's like, no. So when you're doing, you know this from working with neurodivergent people, when you're doing the video about that snippet, you're not reading that piece of the article. You're teaching about it or teaching from it. And
Right.
I know
Like
you know
you'll
that.
take one point, read that one point, but then expand on it that's not on the screen. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Because, well, you know that from your experience. You'll lose those people just like you would lose me. Um, I made a promise to myself in high school that if I ever got on the other side of this situation where I was doing this, I was going to work real hard at keeping it short and keeping it fun, And so, like, we do silly things like, we haven't done one in a while. We'll do an episode right now, a little break time. I call it another episode of What's on Jeff's Desk. Okay. It's silly, but people love it. And so today we'll show you Duke's clicker, okay, which helps train him. And, I threaten to put it on my boys sometimes, but they're too big now. So, yeah, that's one thing that's on my desk. So, anyway, now, the cool thing about that, you've got video, article, checklists. I wonder if you could do templates with this, where there would be fill in the blank answers like, up until now, I've behavior you want to stop. From now on, I'll do behavior you want to do. That kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Something for us to play with. And then a Q&A. And that's going to be a full module. That can probably be consumed. Let's say your video training was 20 minutes. That's about a half hour with the other stuff, maybe even faster. And so that's manageable. That's manageable. Now, again, either pulling stuff out of the course or combining some of the modules and then using those bonus tips you had as bonuses is going to help. Now, the really cool thing about a course of this size, and now we're not going to separate the modules, because as you can see on the screen, this course can easily become 8 mini courses. Okay, one course for each module, which now takes you from one stream of income to 9. Okay, and the flow of this is, and people can start with the mini course. They can start with the whole course, whatever. Mini courses are faster, easier to consume, and whet the appetite, and people want more of them, right? So you can either sell them the next one or say, hey, you can get all of them for, let's say each mini course was $97. Okay, so that'd be like what, just under $800. That's a chunk, and so you offer it for $297. It's like a no-brainer. Why would you not get that? And so right there, you've got 9 sources of income. Now, you and I talked a little bit about membership sites before we came on, and here's the thing. When I build one of these out for myself or for clients, I use the phrase, all roads lead to the membership. Okay? You've heard that before. I see that smile.
Yes.
And so the cool thing about this is about 1/4 of the people that take a mini course are going to end up in your membership. So if you got 10, you're going to get 2.5, maybe 3. In a course, you're going to get a third to a half of the people join in the membership, okay? Because they've experienced you, they like the results, and they want more, okay? And so, so many people I've worked with, they get stuck in the either ors. I'll either do a course or a membership. Well, wait a minute, slow down here. Making sense so far?
Yeah, absolutely. And that, like I said, my goal is to open a membership, a lower cost membership, because as I was mentioning before we got on air live, that most of my audience are women with those later in life diagnoses of ADHD and depression, anxiety, autism, all of the neurodivergencies. And as moms, we tend to not want to spend money on ourselves. So, if you said, hey, it's for my kid, we're going to go get another job if we have to. But if it's for us, we're going to cut it out. So my goal is absolutely to have that membership be cost effective so that they can get the help they need for their executive functioning that they've been struggling with for probably more years than they like to think about.
Yeah, maybe all their life. So is that the dream, the membership site, or
Absolutely,
is
yeah. Okay. Absolutely, yeah. That's my ultimate goal, is to have the membership.
Cool. And so these two things can be, lead-ins to that, and other stuff you can build out of this. And we can talk about membership sites too later. And so how's it feel to be on the edge of profit here?
That feels pretty good.
I can see that smile. Because I was thinking about this morning. One of the things I've learned in 100 episodes, almost 100 episodes, and from watching other people do what I do, I think I can safely say there's no one else out there more committed to seeing you profit. And that's why I love the smile. I love the light in your eyes when you go, whoa, this can work. I can do this. Because you've got the content, right? And there's probably a lot more than you even sent me. I was looking through your website, and there's all those blog posts for each category. Wow.
Yeah, I have well over 100 blog posts at this point.
Well, that's possibly 100 something, 100 mini courses, 100 ebooks, 100, mix it or match it, man. Shannyn, this is going to be fun. Remember when I said this will be the fastest 20 minutes ever?
Yep.
We're getting there.
I know.
So any questions at this point?
I'm not really. I mean, I see where you're going with the course. And as a teacher, like, I get that. So you're saying that, like, to take that course and each module of the course, just turn it into the exact same content as a mini course, just break it up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Exact same content, because when I help people design and use the templates to design a course, I've got those things, the video, the article, the checklist, template, Q&A, structured so that they can work together or work alone. It's like a series of books. Can you pick up number 6 and understand it? Well, Star Wars took care of that for us, right? I mean, they started at number 4. Nobody knew that back then, right?
Right.
Yeah. And we're probably of the same generation. Did you stand in line for that movie?
For the first one, no. For Empire Strikes Back, my brother was older and he went to the original one. But Empire Strikes Back, yes, I saw that one in the movie theaters.
Yeah. I love saying that, people. I was in line for that. Thank you for being a fantastic guest and bringing great stuff to the show. And so, folks, when you're in the content profit seat, you're on the edge of profit. And so you want to have one of those. It's right down below. Okay. We're booking about a month and a half in advance at jeffherring.com/profit. So you want this, go get it. Join us tomorrow, next episode, when I'm going to be talking about the 7 things I've learned from doing this for a year and 100 episodes is the way it's worked out. Let me check out this comment over here before we wrap up. Chris Cameron says, he loved this. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm glad because I sure love doing it. All right. So again, Shannyn, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. You guys have been a great audience. And until we meet again in the next episode, as always, I want you to go use